Howdy folks, Bluesboyjag here, yet another 3-string cigar box guitar lesson. It's John Lee Hooker licks up close. Riff only. We're tuned open G. That's an A string tuned down to G, a D string tuned normal to D, and a G string tuned normal to G. Low G, D, and high G. So we're going to be playing in the key of G, and we're using the 2nd, and we're using the 3rd, 4th, and 5th frets only. And we're using the open strings and the 3rd fret and the 5th fret only. So we're going to start out on the middle string, sliding up from 3 to 5, 3rd fret to 5th fret. If you notice, your first finger is ready to play the next note. You're already hovering above that note when you do this movement here. My first finger is on 1, 3. The trick here is when you slide up, you're going to pause slightly. You don't have to, but it sounds cool. So here is the lick without sliding and without pausing. Okay, that's straightforward enough, pretty common. But this time we're going to pause just for a second. Alright, we're going to start out slow. 3rd finger on 2, 3. Slide up to 5. 1st finger is on 1, 3. I'm using my thumb and 1st finger. Thumb on the downstroke and 1st finger on the up. Alright, the next part. Sliding up from 3 to 5 with your 3rd finger on the 2nd string, and then you're playing 1, 3 with your 1st finger, and you're going to go back down to 2, 5 with your 3rd finger, and 2, 3 with your 1st finger, and slide down to 2, 2. That's the whole thing. Now the ending part is pretty cool, and it's pretty unique, and it's somewhat difficult. That part is not too difficult, he said confidently. Now, so I'm starting on the 2nd string on this part of the lick. 1st finger, 2nd string open. Then you're going to play 3, 3 with your 3rd finger, 3rd string, 3rd fret. Last part. 2nd string open and 3rd string open. The tricky part is muting the other strings. We'll get to that in a second. All right, from the beginning. my fingers flopping around? I'm muting the strings with the fretting hand. A common John Lee Hooker thing, which I learned a long time ago, and I love doing it. It's a lot of fun, and it's really funky, and it's unique. It's different. A lot of people don't do that. All right, again, starting on 2, 3, third finger, slide up to 5. First finger is on 1, 3. Gonna go back to the second string, 5th fret, third finger, and the 3rd fret, first finger, and then slide down to 2, 2 from 2, 3. Then play open second string, 3rd string, 3rd fret, 3rd string open, and the last 2 notes are open D and open G, and you have to do a choke in between those. Not that it sounds bad otherwise, but it sounds cooler this way, right? Definitely the hardest part is the very end, but it's not that hard, so don't be afraid and run away. The hardest part, again, as I said a minute ago, is the muting with the fretting hand. Now there's 2 ways you can do that. You can go bump bump, which means you're going to be muting that open string and that open string. Or you can not mute it. I think it sounds way cooler if you mute it. But either way, it's fine. I kind of choked that one too early. That's what we're looking for. Or you can also do this. You can go ba bump, which means I'm not muting in between. Or you can go, and I'm using my first finger on the second string and my thumb on the third. Slow and up close. Slow and up close and a little bit more accurate. The last part. Notice I'm choking with the left hand. I would practice that part by itself. It's a little bit tricky. How would you play this lick in context of a boogie? I just did something slightly different, and it actually fits perfectly. I didn't mean to do it, but hey, sometimes that happens. So I'm sliding up. That time I did the first string and then the last string, the first string and the third string, instead of the second string and the third. So you can kind of jump around between those two. So let's do that for a second. That's the original way. And here's the way I kind of stumbled into it. That's the first string and then the third string at the very end. Now the hardest part is choking both of those. You don't have to, but it sounds really cool. So let's go over that for a second. Notice how I'm choking with this hand. And if you do it even slightly fast, your fingers are jumping all over the place. So all I'm doing is the open first string and the open third string, and I'm putting a mute in between them. I'm not using my first finger at all to fret. All I'm doing is laying down my third finger on top of the strings to mute. So you have two options here. You have the second string at the end, and then the third string. Or the first string. Actually, you have unlimited options, but you get my drift. Here's the two outside G's. And here's the D string open and the low G. These are actually good exercises. Try something like that. Now you can go down to the third string on the third fret. So you can tell the sky is the limit. You can keep on adding to this and making it fancier and fancier. Now, how would you go into a boogie on that? Well, what's that, Jag? That's something totally different. Well, yep, it is. This is the John Lee Hooker Boogie. Might as well throw in just a little bit of a lesson for the John Lee Hooker Boogie. All I'm doing there is 1, 3. So you can get the idea. You can jump around all you want, and it's fun as heck, man. Turn on the news, and when you get fed up with the headlines, just boogie on top of it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Check out my website, jagshouse.com. Cigar box guitars just like this one since 2004. And we'll see you next time.